Hi everyone! Today I'll be sharing how I made this autumn amber look press-on nails. I start by choosing the nail tips that perfectly fits my nails. I'll be using the shorter nail tips for this design because I didn't want my nails to be too long. Align each nail tips on the natural nails and make sure it's fully covering both sides of the nails. And repeat it on every finger. And this is the set of nail tips for my nails. Next, I'll be shaping the nails to make it fit better and look more natural. I always use my trusty nail dust collector when I do this, so it's easier to clean up after. I use the 100 grit nail file for shaping because it's faster. The shape for the base or the cuticle area of the thumb is normally flatter than other fingers. So I always file down the base or the bottom of the nail tips before changing the nail shape. Because after you file the base, the nail tips might become shorter. So it's harder to control the length of the nail tips. The tip to a more natural looking press-on nails is to make sure the corners are fitting perfectly. Moving on to the shape, I've decided to go with the oval shape this time. Here I'm filing down the surface of the tip of the nail to make it a bit thinner. I used a 100 grit file for all of this, but it's okay to use a finer one. After that, I'm using a 180 grit file to smooth out a little bit before I start buffing them. Now I'm using a 180 grit sponge buffer to buff the surface of the nail tip. And this time I'm buffing the entire surface so the base gel can adhere better. Just a final check to make sure the shape and the fitting are good. And repeat it on every nail tip and the prep work is said and done. Before I put on the base coat, I'm wiping off all the nail tips with alcohol to remove any dust and moisture. And now I'm putting on the base coat for all the nail tips. I'm just trying to decide which magnet gel color to use. They're all really pretty and I decided to go with this champagne gold color. I'm just gonna cure the first coat normally. And for the second coat, before I cure it, I use this magnet to activate the glitters in the gel. I place the magnet on one side for a moment, before moving it to the other sides. And you can actually see the glitters moving when the magnets are placed. After I'm satisfied with the glitters, I cure it for 30 seconds. When the second coat is done, I always top it with a builder gel to strengthen the nail tip. But sometimes I do skip the builder gel depending on the design, because it can get quite thick. And to finish off, I'm using this non-wipe top coat. Moving on to the amber nails, I'm using these three colors from a Japanese brand. These colors are kind of translucent, so it's perfect for building up layers of colors. To make the amber design, I started with this clear yellow as the base and built up the pattern without curing it. On top of the uncured yellow base, I just popped on some clear brown randomly. and kind of tapped and dragged out the pattern like so. Because I didn't cure the base, it's easier to create a swirly effect. And then I top it up with a darker clear brown with the same brushwork. After curing for 30 seconds, I'm applying some champagne gold flakes. And then I applied a full layer of light clear brown on top of the pattern, which kind of creates this layered or buried effect of the ember pattern. Tapping on some more of the darker brown, just to create some more depth to the pattern. And tweak the pattern a bit more using the other colors. I always use tapping and dragging brushwork, so it creates this swirly effect. Once I'm happy with the design, I cure it for another 30 seconds. And after it's cured, I'm placing some more foils. And now I'm applying the builder gel to sculpt the shape of the nail. Because of the layers of the pattern, the surface is now kind of bumpy. So I applied a generous amount of the builder gel to try and level the surface and make it smooth. I checked the reflection of the light to see if it's smooth. After curing for 30 seconds, I finally finish it off with top coat. And here is the completed set. Before I wear them, I use the e-file to file off the numbers on the back of the nail tips. I'm just using a ceramic bit to slowly file off these numbers. And finally, the nail tips are ready. And now for the application. I've buffed and prepped my nails. Using a tweezer, I'm just applying these adhesive tabs to each nail. Carefully aligning it to the cuticle area. And peeling off that plastic layer, I'm just popping on these nail tips one by one. Always apply it with a 45-degree angle and slowly press down the nail. And now it's all done. I love press-on nails because I can reuse them as many times as I want, and I don't have to stick to the same design for a few weeks. When the nail tips are properly sized, they look quite natural. I really like this ember design because it's kind of translucent. Thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed my video. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.